show. He did. Oh, 7 to 9:30? Oh, we're fucking perfect then. Yeah. I thought it was 9 p.m. the second show.
What time is it now?
9:17? Oh, so the second show's at 9:30.
I got time to set up too. It's great.
Perfect.
Did you making out over here? I know Sarah was talking to you too early. Soon? Nice. Wanna go to a comedy show and just finger each other in the fucking front row? It's a smooth day. I mean, this is the time. Back when it was packed, back when we could fucking fit 300 people in here. Actually, when there's 300 people, it was less obvious. You know? Like, she just has a happy leg. We don't know what's going on. Has it been established already? How long have you two been together? We're going to talk about 5 months. Oh, that's fun. Give it another 5 months and you guys won't even like each other anymore. She'll have to punch you in the face to get off, you know? Get to that phase, right? That's like the fun part of sex. You guys are still like in that sweet spot. It's 5 months, so you guys started dating right when all this shit went down?
Yeah, right before.
Oh, cool. So were you guys socially distancing at all? You couldn't be, right? That's just bad, that's bad timing. I know people who were like, a great friend of mine, a really good friend of mine was like, dude, I gotta dump this blonde comedian, man. I can't be with her anymore. And, she's like a great friend of mine. Would you guys fucking chill out? It's a joke. I don't even like her boyfriend. He's short, fuck that guy. Sarah's hot, she's sexy, she's cool. I shouldn't have said sexy, I just got canceled probably, I don't fucking know. You don't know. But no, the point is I want my regular life to go back to normal as much as everyone else does. I want to start doing stand-up comedy every night like I've done my last 10 years of my life. But I can't do that when the fucking stuff starts to spike. And I know this, and I know it's real, because I'm related to a bunch of doctors, and my wife's a nurse, and she was working on the COVID floor, and she was telling me like how fucking real this shit is. And then you have like every dumbass you know from fucking high school on Facebook going, it's fake. That's what it is. It's a scam-demic. It's not real. Same fucking, dude. Can't wear a mask. Really? You wear shoes and a fucking shirt in restaurants? Try to go to a restaurant shirtless, you fucking piece of shit. Do they let you do that? Wearing a mask is against my personal freedoms. I swear to God, dude. Concentration camps in theory are bad, but depending on who you round up, maybe not that bad of an idea. Only at-risk people should quarantine. No stupid fucks like you should quarantine. And it's all the people who had no life to begin with. Everyone I know who had no fucking life to begin with, quarantine happens like, I gotta start exercising. You didn't do shit for fucking 7 years. You're told you to stay home and you can't take it anymore? Dude, I've texted you to come to a show the last 13 months. Hey, come out to a show. Quarantine. Oh my God, I can't wait to be around a bunch of strangers and start fucking sharing straws. Like, what the fuck? No, because everything's fucking political. It's stupid. All this people before. Keep up your host on a jerk and thank you very much.
Keep it going for Joe Kilgallon, everybody. Glad to be here, man. You guys.
All right, what happened?
All right, we just finished set number 3. Third set, just finished an hour and a half ago. We were dicking around, but yeah, third set. You always want to end on the high note. I did not. All right, we got a green light here, but yeah, you know what? I think, and this happens. Before I went on, you and I were hanging out talking before it was my turn, and I was just like, oh, this feels so great. Be back again doing multiple sets in one night. Hell yeah. But then I had this weird sense of, oh, this feels like I'm back on heroin. You
Yeah.
know? I got the needle back in me, and I want to do it all the time now. And that's why I think I took it so hard. Because normally you have a rough set for, again, it's a small crowd because it has to be a small crowd. These are the rules. And they're not like tight. Laughter's contagious, so that's why all the best comedy clubs, your Comedy Cellars, your Comedy Store, all these big name clubs. Like Laugh Factory is one of my favorites, so I'm not like taking anything away from Laugh Factory, obviously. I just perform it. I love you guys. And you want that tight, intimate feel because laughter really is contagious. You got, you tell a joke that's a little bit like, a little risque, which is such a bullshit term these days, but when you're impact, one person starts laughing real hard, it makes everyone else go, oh, it's okay. We could all fucking die and laugh with this shit too. And then it just creates this awesome vibe where everyone's just feeling it. It's hard to do when you got like there's plexiglass between people going on and between tables. Tables are spread out, and the wait staff who they're all fucking amazing. They're fucking wearing like Buzz Lightyear helmets and shit, and so yeah, I mean it kind of does take away. And I was fucking bummed because that last set I didn't click with the audience, but I rode the confidence of the first two shows. Joe's on Weed Street, I did like so much crowd work and everything was hitting, and it was so much fun. And this crowd like just didn't. They warmed up to me eventually. They got to me. There was fun stuff in there, but yeah, overall I'm like, God, of course I'm gonna fucking bomb my ass off on the last set of the night. So now this is gonna dwell, and all of us comedians, we got this stupid ass brains where you can't just be like, oh, these are the circumstances. It's hard to fucking dominate when it's like this, but we're still gonna like be so pissed at ourselves. And we just went past like an ambulance and shit. Yeah, hope they're okay. Unless they were at the show, then they could fuck off for being so uptight.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so
who knows when you're gonna get to heal that too?
That's my point, man. Like, when do I get back on stage so I could erase this one? It's like you gotta have that like sports mentality where you just gotta forget about the bad game and suit up for the next game. But when the fuck's the next game? And I was talking with some of the other comics on the show, and I released, you and I, you produced my last hour, which I did like, about a month before all the lockdowns started happening and all the comedy clubs had to close. So it's kind of nice that I was able to like post new content to YouTube and put a new album on Spotify and Apple and all that kind of shit. So I was able to sustain from that. But when I came back, being back now, I didn't want to do all those jokes, which all the other comics were doing like older stuff, and I'm not knocking them for it, that you have to do the older stuff because no one was doing new. When a comedian writes a new joke, they have to work it out. It's like anything else. You can't just go up there. If you're a musician, you write a new song, you don't just fucking bring it out to Madison Square Garden. You rehearse the fuck out of that. Well, music, they got it easy because they could be in a studio by themselves recording. They don't need that live audience. Comedians, we need to work our shit out in front of a live audience and iron it out until it's where it needs to be. Any comedian you love did that joke a million times before you saw it on Netflix or Comedy Central or wherever. So I don't blame the other comics for being like, well, yeah, of course I'm doing my old greatest hits. I felt weird doing that because that hour's already out. I did that hour a fuckload of times to get it right, to put it out. And so I was doing a lot of new stuff. And the new stuff, unless you work it out, they're not jokes yet, they're thoughts. So I'm just like throwing thoughts out there, seeing what sticks against the wall. Some of it was doing great. And I think I rode that like high from the first two shows, going into the third show, being like, I got this. And I did not have this. I did not. And there was moments and all that kind of stuff. But overall, I felt like, I don't even know if I want to say they were a little tight. I think it was just like the circumstance of a spread out room. So you don't want to blame your audience. Although that's bullshit too. You'll hear people say, never blame the audience. No, sometimes an audience sucks. Why wouldn't they suck? They're a group of people. You get any group of people together, some of them are going to suck hard ass. So I've never understood that. I think that's just a thing where it's like you don't want to become that person who consistently next flight.
Yeah.
You don't want to be that person who consistently uses blaming the audience as a crutch. Because there are comics who will hear be like, it was the audience. Like, no, you do suck. But then there are some comics who are amazing, who will tell you the Chappelles, the Burrs of the world will be like, no, they were fucking awful. And of course, why wouldn't they be? It's a group of people. We love y'all for coming out, but every now and then there's a group of people who just aren't going to be fun to do comedy for. luckily, the first two crowds were like, oh, this is great. We're back out in the world too.
Yeah.
And we want to have fun. So we're going to go with it. We're not going to take everything you say sensitively. You know, you do jokes about fucking murders. So we're not going to be like, fucking, I've heard about a person who got murdered, so therefore I probably shouldn't laugh. Just like, fucking man. I know, I'm going to be fucking mumbling to myself for the next fucking 2 weeks before things fit in. I don't know. Just everyone wear a goddamn mask for a little while. Slow it down. Just so we can open back up for real. And look, it's never, not never, but things aren't quite going to be the same as they were before. They're just not. It's going to be a new way of doing things. Sadly, a lot of our favorite bars and movie theaters and restaurants might close because they're just not going to survive this, and that's fucking awful. Then, you know, the government should have done a way better job of that. And you know, I'm not going to end this on some political note, but like, fuck, man. I think we will eventually get back to something close. I think there's gonna be a lot of people working from home going forward, which fine, it should be. There's a lot of jobs where it's like, do I really need to show up to your dickhead office to fucking type bullshit in? No, I can do that from home. And that'll actually be a better thing for society. You know, less driving around, less fucking up the environment and all that kind of stuff. But as far as comedy goes, it's gonna be a bit before a lot of your favorites are back doing what they do. And that's dominating and kicking ass. But fuck, man, I'm just so grateful for the people who do follow my shit. You know, if it's on YouTube or TikTok now or Instagram, whatever. You guys are awesome, and thanks for checking this shit out.